Emergency money, obviously for any business that you're setting up, you need emergency money. Pesa set aside for things that you didn't plan for. Remember always when you're doing a business, there are things that you don't know that you don't know. And you will start knowing them when you now start running the business. Kwa ground, unakutana nazo. Is people start refill businesses. Those who tell you that they fails, they start out a refill business. Then they come and say, I will be using fresh water. Then as they go on, they realize they want to make more money. So wanaanza ukora. Anaanza kuchukua salty water, anapatia machine ya fresh water. Unaona? Then clients begin to complain that the taste of water may change. Okay? This is one of the biggest causes of failures for water refill businesses. If you want to run the right setup, get the right machine from the onset. Good evening, good morning, depending on when you're watching this class. My name is Ken Juma from House of Maji. We've been helping businesses for the last decade solve their water problems. This is schools, hospitals, real estate developers, water refill businesses, industries, you name it. Over the years, we had questions, people asking us, what does it take to start a water business? How do I get into the water business? For this reason, we have set up a masterclass. It's called the Water Business Masterclass. We did our first, second classes. If you didn't watch those ones, go back, look at the classes so that you can keep up with us. This will be the third class. In the third class, we'll be looking at evaluating the startup cost. How much do you need to set up a water refill business? We discussed equipment. This is the main bit of the startup cost, and we will discuss it under the larger topic of evaluating startup costs. Okay? Karibuni sana, settle down, grab your pen and paper, and let's do this. So, in estimating startup costs, we are looking at what is the investment you will make. What are the things you'll be buying, paying, making sure that you settle when you want to start. You need the right equipment. We will look at the cost for that. You need the right tools. We're talking about heat gun. We're talking about bicycles, bikes if you want, depending on where you're setting up. We're talking about branding, stickers zenye kwa ukuta. If you want to do like a light box, that is also part of the branding. We'll look at those. Emergency money, obviously for any business that you're setting up, you need emergency money. Pesa set aside for things that you didn't plan for. Remember always when you're doing a business, there are things that you don't know that you don't know. And you will start knowing them when you now start running the business. Kwa ground, unakutana nazo. So this can be unique for every person. So you need to set up aside some money for this bit. I think the last bit that I haven't captured here, very important, is marketing. I had a friend, Mwalalo, alikuwa anaita marketing. Wanasema Ken, nataka nifunze marketing. So yeah, very, very important part of startup costs. So let's begin. Equipment. For equipment, we have, as House of Maji, we sell equipment starting from 99,500 to 1.2 million. As a business, your startup equipment is very, very important. Okay? This is going to determine how much you'll be spending to maintain this equipment. Things like changing filters, things like breakdown. You must have an estimate and money set aside for such contingencies because they will happen. That is what happens in a business. So the right equipment will ensure you spend less in running the business. you want to make the right decision immediately when you're starting up. House of Maji, we do sell the right equipment. We take you through the journey. You understand your clientele, and we're able to help you pick what machine is right for you. In choosing the right machine, at House of Maji, we have, mutani remind hizo vitu zenye nimedelete hapo. We will have wakulima packages. This is the first one, say A, B, and I think C. So B is where we have the fresh water packages. And 3, we have salty or borehole packages. So, wakulima packages are meant for those who want to maybe target like students, okay? Where you want to sell to low-end clients, and you also don't want to spend a lot of money in purchasing. You don't have much capital to start. The profit here to expect is low, and the running expenses will also be low, because again, the margins you're targeting ziko chini. For wakulima packages, you need a place where you can get fresh water, like a very good purified water. This one, there's no amount of purification that is going to be happening here. Okay? Unanunua maji yenye iko purified already. And then you dispense. We do basically very, very small branding. I mean, very small purification. Filtration, actually, not even purification. Small filtration for your target audience. This one ranges between 99 to 350. Okay. Okay? That is for our wakulima packages. The next package is fresh water packages. So this is now we are getting to the serious people. So you're targeting where your profit target is between 50,000 to, let's say, 150K profit per month. If this is what you target, then you belong in the fresh water packages. Here we have the 3-in-1s, we have the full, all separate packages. The startup machine here ranges between 450 to 900. 450 to 900,000. This encompasses all equipments that you need for starting a water refill business. I'm talking about a tank. I'm talking about the purification machine. I'm talking about a rinser. I'm talking about a table. I will list them. Fresh salty water borehole packages. This is for those who want to start a water refill business and your source of water is borehole. Maybe you're staying in a place like Syokimau, you're staying in a place like northeastern, eastern region, coastal areas, Nakuru, the Rift Valley region. Most of these areas, the borehole water is very salty. So if your source of water is borehole, this is your package. It is very important because you want to be able to deliver consistency. Biashara ni consistency. You need to be consistent. The quality of water need to be consistent. Consistent. Ni kama nataka kuandika kasongo. Kobod. Consistent. Very, very critical. Most of the complaints that we've been dealing with is people start refill businesses. Those who tell you that they fail, they start out a refill business. Then they come and say, I will be using fresh water. Then as they go on, they realize they want to make more money. So wanaanza ukora. Anaanza kuchukua salty water, anapatia machine ya fresh water. Unaona? Then clients begin to complain that the taste of water imechange. Okay? This is one of the biggest causes of failures for water refill businesses. If you want to run the right setup, get the right machine. From the onset, huwezi bahatisha. I want to emphasize on this point. Please, please, please invest in the right machine. I have seen multiple businesses fail because of this reason. You want to cut shortcuts, you will fail. Okay? Some people focus on things that are not important. Mtu anakujia anakuambia, oh, I want to use a tank of 10,000 liters. 10,000 liters. Na unaanza. Okay? Unaanza na 10,000 liters kwa nini? Unaenda wapi na 10,000 liters? Unauzia nani? Hakuna mtu anakujua. Nobody knows you. You can't start by this. Your money should be on here. Equipment. Okay? This is one of the reasons. We had a client who came and insisted that he has only 250,000 to spend for the machine. And then he insisted on buying 2 10,000 liter tanks. Now, in his head, ameona ni kama yeye ni mtu mzima invest kwa tank. This ended up failing. The business ended up failing. And I told him right when he was starting, whichever case, he was from Northeastern. You can't do a Northeastern with this budget and consistently provide people fresh water. You will fail. Okay? Have a small tank. Start on a tank here, 3,000 liters. So, most of that money should be invested in starting the right equipment. Okay? Again, right, I cannot overemphasize on that. Salty water packages that we have begin from 600, okay, to 1.2 million. Now, we have those clients that want even bigger machines, clients that have their own boreholes and want to serve a bigger population. They are serving estates. So we had like a client in Kamulu who wants to sell water to the neighbors, and they want to sell fresh water to the neighbors. So they sell, right now they're selling borehole, but they want to sell fresh. We had another client also in Machakos, the same thing, has a borehole, has been supplying the residents with salty water, now wants to add value, apeane pia fresh water. In those cases, we do hire bigger machines, 6,000 liters per hour, 10,000 liters per hour. This will take you an investment between 2.5 million to say 5 million based on how big you want to go. Okay? This is when you're starting now residents, estates, and you're adding value. Those who are thinking in that direction, we also do sell water meters that you can use, digital water meters that you can use to bill the clients that you're serving. That will be a discussion for another day. So this is roughly what you need to invest in when you're setting up a machine for a water refill business. I think I've captured everything. Good. If you have a question or an equipment, just hit us up or comment. I will be able to respond. My team will take you through. Call us. We'll set you up with a sales engineer. We've been doing this for a decade. We'll set you up with a sales engineer who will guide you through how to make sure that your equipment is right for whatever it is your expectations are. So, tulisema the second one is? I can't remember, but we will see. If I forget anything, just tell me. Branding. Branding ranges. Branding ranges between 20K to, let's say, 100K. Okay? So in branding, tunaangalia vitu kama stickers. If you have a bicycle, you want to brand the carrier that is carrying the bicycle. I show you the way I've branded mine. I think it adds value, sets you apart. So you can brand your bikes as well with stickers. The second thing is maybe if you want to put up like a light box. This one I'll show you in one of the refills that we've done in a mall. So in a mall setup, you want to put something decent here in a fiti. So you may need to invest on this. What else? Branding. What do you need? We can say the stuff. So branding your stuff. Yeah, merchandise. Niko na student mshap hapa. Sharp boy. Sharp boy amenikumbusha merchandise. So merchandise ni vitu kama the t-shirts you want to put up and dust coats and things like that. So depending on how many, Lightbox inakuanga kitu between 50 to 60. This is big Lightbox. Some are even lower. You can even get that 20K. So depending on how big your shop is and you want to set up a Lightbox, itakuwa hapo. Stickers zile vitu na stick ndaonyesha ukiwapeleka kwa hizo ma shops tunafanya. I'll show you the stickers and how much that is. Per sticker unaweza pata, this is quite affordable, between 5K to let's say 12,000 based on how big or small your shop is. Merchandise, a dust coat goes for a quality dust coat. Inaweza range between 800 to 2,000. Yeah. So based on how you want to do it. Some of the t-shirts can go for 1,000. So again, based on how many staff you want to start with. If you're new, start with like 2 people, and then you scale over time. Okay? So that'll be your branding cost. So for the sake of my sabu, topiga hii to be like 30K. So let's say you started initially for 50. Branding tumesema ni 30. What was the next startup cost? Tools of trade. If I forget something, remind me in the comments. We will be able to together learn and correct penye nimesahau. Okay? For tools of trade, you need like heat gun. You need what you're starting with. Let's say bottles. Kumbuka kitu hapa. Heat gun. Let's say logistics. We're talking about money that you spend to buy like bikes. Okay. So for the refill, I'll show you. We use bicycles. One bicycle goes for like 20K. We are using the brand called Buffalo. It's a very strong bike. Buffalo mnafaa kunipatia pesa ya kuadvertisia. Okay? Buffalo 20K. Bottles to start, let's say around 10K. Heat gun now got 3.5. Okay, but tusema tu umepiga hesabu zako ma transport nini, tupige tu 5K sasa hapa. Okay? What am I forgetting? Heat gun, bottles, logistics. You need a phone. A phone, this is what they'll call you. So a phone, depending on how stylish you want to be. Kuna wengine wajinga wanataka kununua iPhone 13 ya kwanza nao biashara. So unaweza kwa 150. Na kuna wale wajanja wanataka kwanza kutest nayo. So let's say 10K. Advise people to go for a smartphone at least. A smartphone allows you to receive orders through WhatsApp. It also allows you to get into groups where you'll be able to do marketing. So let's do a basic smartphone for about 10K. Okay? Yeah. So this Buffalo, let's say you brand it and nini. So hii pia inaweza ika 30K. May brand, umefanyia career nini 30K. So hii 15, 25, 55. Tools of trade 60K. Marketing, I want to start with maybe at 20K. In marketing, you need flyers, you set up canvases. 20k umetia bidii, yani wewe ni mnoma. Uko serious na job. 20k. What was the last startup thing you need? Ilikuwa ni nini? So let's say your rents and miscellaneous. Kama ulikuwa na keep track, unajua nini tunapiga hapa. So rent 20k plus 40, that is for your deposit and all that. So let's say miscellaneous of around 50 plus rent. So hii hesabu yote inakuja ngapi? Wale wajanja, 50 plus 500, 550 plus 60 is 610. So let's just say you put down 650, I'm let's say 700,000. For everything I've forgotten, money you need to set aside. Very, very important. Into miscellaneous. I think that is what I forgot actually. Money set aside. Contingency, 700,000. This is total, everything you need to run the business. The money you set aside, it's part of what has put this thing to 700. You want to have some money for rent and some money for staff, for paying salaries, at least for the next 1 month, 2 months, even as your business peaks. Okay, so we'll use 700,000 as our startup cost. 700k. This is for the regular water refill shop. I'll show you an example of one and we will run the numbers. If you remember, we did hesabu, tukapiga hesabu, tukaona what it takes estimating the profitability. Na tukasema you are looking at a profit about 50,000 shillings. I promised you that we will do the ROI, the return on investment. Okay, so return on investment looks like that. Ngapi? 12. So we'll have 12 months for you to get your money back. Do your proper accounting. Make sure kila kitu, you follow your money very, very keenly throughout the entire business. So we have the setup cost being 700, profit being 50k a month. If you divide that, we have 12,000 shillings. 12 months. Okay? Do you see a mistake there? Kuna mistake hapo. This is supposed to be 14. Wale wanalala class. Bumu amke. My sharp boy is sleeping in class. So, yeah, 14 months. This is, I'm giving you realistic numbers. No filters. Okay? So 14 months, you're able to get your money back, and from there, you can be able to now enjoy your profit. The beauty of a water refill business ni biashara yenye, if you do it very well, you'll never lack a market. You'll always be in the market every single day. Kila siku komboka. Sawa? Every single day, uko komboka. So basically, this is what you need to start. This is the startup cost. Let me run you through the numbers quickly. What you've learned today in today's class. This has been our third lesson. And we were looking at the evaluating startup cost for a water refill business. We had one example, and we're looking at serving low end to low middle end, where you can sell water for 150 shillings. So, startup is 700. Okay, total. Okay. Hey, Pascal. Nare. So in summary, we've discussed equipment, branding, tools of trade, marketing, rents and miscellaneous. Now whatever it is we've not done. Brings us 700K. If you divide by 550, which is a monthly profit expected, it gives us 14 months of ROI. This is how long it will take you to get your money back. So again, we've been doing classes. This is our third class. We're doing in this third class, we're evaluating the startup cost of how to start a water refill business. Our next class will be marketing. Okay? We'll be showing you how to market your water refill business. What do you need to have in order to make sure that your target audience understands, knows, and loves what it is that you're selling? Again, remember, the water refill business is about setting the right one, setting the most competitive one, because at the end of the day, there will always be a need for water. This is one of those industries that you can never truly exhaust, okay? And there are so many refill businesses out there that are run poorly. Water is a very essential part of human living, and we want people to run the right businesses in the water space, people to use the right equipment, people to distribute water efficiently and do the right things when serving their target audiences, okay? So there will never be a deficiency in this industry. People will always need water. It just, how are you running your water? Are you running it the right way? Are you selling the right material? Are you selling the right water? The quality of water you're selling, is it the right one? At the right cost, with the right efficiency? So at the end of the day, how you do your business matters. And this is a business that will never go out of fashion. Okay? Always we will need water. Afadhali watu wakuwe bila mafuta, but watu lazima wakuwe na maji. So our next lesson will be on marketing. I will show you what makes a good market and how to ensure that you're always remaining in front of the right audiences. My name is Ken Juma from House of Maji. Tunasema ni nyumba bila queue. One reminder, we want to also start doing franchises. We'll be franchising House of Maji shops. If this is something you're interested in, I will set up a class at the end of it. At the end of our entire masterclass, I will do a short section for franchises and how to be part of this amazing opportunity. Okay? Here we'll run you through whatever things you need, what the cost and everything. This will be our last class. So stay tuned if you want to join the franchises. We'll have covered everything. And most importantly, I will give you all the secrets of how we run our shop. We'll brand it as House of Maji. We will run it as House of Maji. I'll show you everything you need to know in the business. Okay? So this is for the last class. Aya, sawa. Tumemaliza class ya leo. Tusemeni pamoja as we finish the class. House of Maji, nyumba bila queue. Karibuni. Thank you.